Good morning, students. In our last class, we have completed grammar and vocabulary of the lesson, the triad. So, today we are moving to the writing part. If you see in your textbook, read the following statements. Joan challenged the place of woman. First one is Joan challenged the place of woman. Second is her actions attack the power structure of medieval society. Her actions attack the power structure of medieval society. Third is by making the king in charge of everything, she took power away from the feudal lords. By making the king in charge of everything, she took power away from the feudal lords. Fourth, by saying she got information directly from God, she challenged the power of church. By saying she got information directly from God, she challenged the power of church. If you see here the Roman number 1, the above action of Joan tell us about the character of Joan. The above actions of Joan tell us about the character of Joan. So now write a character sketch of Joan of Arc. So they are asking us to write a character sketch of Joan of Arc. So here they have given some clues. Concern for women, her nature, her behavior, relations with people, commitment to work, love for nation and sentiments. So here tips to write a character sketch is physical description, looks, clothing, etc. And the other is quote an interesting conversation with somebody to show her attitude. Describe his or her attitudes, likes and dislikes. Notice what other people say about the character and what they do to her. Tell about any interesting relationships with family or friends, whether people like the character and how they would describe her. What other characters think about him or her, the setting, the strengths and weaknesses. So these are some tips which they have given to write a character sketch of Joan of Arc. So I think you have understood this and try to write about the character sketch of Joan of Arc and you send me without fail. And the other, Roman number 2, your school is going to organize a cultural expo on the eve of Children's Day. Now prepare an invitation for the program. Observe all the features of an invitation. First one is you have to write the character sketch of Joan of Arc. And the second is you have to prepare an invitation on the occasion that our school is going to organize a cultural expo on the occasion of Children's Day. So you have to prepare an invitation regarding this. So your two homeworks, one is you have to prepare a character sketch of Joan of Arc using the clues and tips. You have to write it, and the next is you have to prepare an invitation for the program. Which program? Cultural expo on the eve of Children's Day. Means on the occasion of Children's Day, our school is going to organize a cultural expo. So for that you have to prepare an invitation. This is your second homework. Now see the study skills. Speak for safety. Joan fought for her rights. Here is how children can secure their right to safety and dignity. Here is a conversation that Fatima had with her friend's mother. So as Joan fought for the rights for her rights, even here also children can secure their right to safety and dignity. So here they have given a conversation that Fatima had with her friend's mother. So see here, Fatima, Kala, I want to tell you something. So Fatima is telling to her friend's mother that Kala, I want to tell you something. Then friend's mother, what is it better? Then she asked, what is it better? Then Fatima said, it is about this uncle. He is my mom's friend. He was at my mom's wedding last week. He took me into his room saying that he had got a gift for me. He tried to hug me. When I told him that I will tell my mother about him, he said my mother will end up scolding me for going to his room. Then Fatima was trying to explain about a person who is her mother's friend, and he visited their home, means he was at my mom's wedding last week. So what did he do? He took her to his room, and he told her that he will be giving a gift to Fatima, and he took him to his room and he tried to hug her. So when she told that she will inform to her mother, then he said, your mother will scold you for coming to my room. Then Fatima's mother, oh, thank you for trusting me and telling me about this, Fatima. Can I tell to your mother about this if you are scared to do so yourself? Then her friend's mother was telling that, oh, thank you, Fatima, that you have trusted me and you are telling me about this, and if you are scared to tell to your mother, can I help you in telling your mother, she was asking. Then Fatima said, I don't know, I think she will say it is my fault. Then Fatima was telling, I don't know what my mother will tell, she may tell that it is my fault only. Then friend's mother said, but it is not your fault, you did not break any rules. Everyone has to know about him, otherwise he will go on troubling you and other children. Then her friend's mother tried to console Fatima, saying that it is not your fault because you didn't break any rules, and if you are quiet, he will be troubling you and other children also. Then Fatima, everyone at home respects this friend a lot. No one will believe me. They will blame me and try to make me feel ashamed. Then Fatima was telling to her friend's mother that everyone will respect this person in our home, and if I say this, no one will believe me. In return, they will blame me and make me feel ashamed. Then Fatima's friend's mother said, there is no shame in any part of your body. Shame or respect comes from the way we behave. That man needs to feel ashamed, not you. You did not break any rule. He needs to stop such behavior and start following safety rules. Otherwise, one day he will land up with a police case against him. So she was trying to console her, saying that there is no shame in any part of your body. Shame or respect comes from the way we behave. Means how we behave, for that only we have to feel ashamed or guilt, isn't it? So she was trying to tell her, and she is telling that man needs to feel ashamed, not you. And she was telling that you did not break any rule. So she is trying to console Fatima to tell about that person in her home. He needs to stop such behavior and start following safety rules. Then she was telling that he has to stop such type of behavior and he should follow safety rules. Otherwise, one day he will land up with a police case against him. If he do all this type of things, one day or the other, he has to be punished by the police. So she was telling like that. Then Fatima, Kala, does that means I will have to go to the police station? Then Fatima was asking, does it mean should I go to police station? So she was questioning her friend's mother. Then friend's mother said, according to the FOCSO Act 2012, no child has to go to the police station to report abuse. The parents or caregivers go to the police station and file an FIR. By the way, the police have to register the FIR. otherwise they can be punished. The police meet the child wherever he or she feels comfortable and talk to the child in the presence of the caregivers. Then her friend's mother was telling, no, you shouldn't go to police station. According to FOCSO Act 2012, no child has to go to the police station to report about the abuse. So the parents or the caregivers, means guardians of the child, have to go to police station and have to file an FIR. So by the way, the police have to register FIR, and also otherwise they can be punished also. So the police meet the child where child feels comfortable, and the police can talk to the child in the presence of her parents or the guardians only. Then Fatima, thank you Kala for offering your help. I feel much better after talking to you about this. You can talk to my mother. Then after listening all these things, Fatima was thanking her friend's mother, saying that thank you Kala for offering your help. And she was telling that I feel much better after talking to you, and she was telling that you can talk to my mother. So this is about the study skill, and I think you have understood it. So moving to the listening part, listen to a comparing and ask the question and answer the questions. So I will read the comparing and answer, then we have to answer the questions. So comparing is, good evening ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the TS Cultural Mela Week. Well, there are melodious music, colorful decoration of the diyas and the lightning of ceremonial flame, but it has nothing to do with the Hollywood Film Festival. Boys and girls from different districts of Telangana state have gathered here to inaugurate the Mela tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to announce anything, anytime, you just come on right up and let us know. We are wrapping up with an interesting play, Rani Bhagamati, by our government school students. Perhaps you know Bhagamati was a native of Chichlam. Now it is called as Shalibanda, which is 10 miles away from Golconda in Hyderabad. Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah, the 5th Sultan of former Qutub Shahi dynasty, fell in love with her. The Sultan wanted to give something worthy to her lady love. He built a new city. He named it Bhagyanagar in the year 1591. He laid the foundation stone of the new city under direct supervision of his Prime Minister Mir Momin. The new city was built with the grandeur of heaven. He named the city Bhagyanagar after Bhagamati. Now we are calling it Hyderabad. After they got married, she changed her name to Hyder Mahal, and that is how the city was named Hyderabad. Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah of the Shahi dynasty named it Hyderabad. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to declare the Mela open. So this is about the comparing, and here are some questions which I have already answered for you. You write them neatly in your textbook. If you have space in your textbook, you write there, or else you write in your notes. So see the first one. What is the comparing about? The comparing is about the inauguration of TS, means Telangana State Cultural Mela Week. The comparing is about the inauguration of Telangana State Cultural Mela Week. Second, what did the Sultan give Bhagamati as a token of his love? He built a new city. He named it Bhagyanagar after Bhagamati. It was the gift of the Sultan to Bhagamati as a token of his love. So the second answer is, he built a new city. He named it Bhagyanagar after Bhagamati. It was the gift of the Sultan to Bhagamati as a token of his love. Third, how did Hyderabad get its name? How did Hyderabad get its name? It is Quli Qutub Shah, the fifth Sultan of the Shahi dynasty, fell in love with Bagamati. He wanted to give something worthy to her lady love. So he built a new city. He named it after Bagamati. He named the city Bhagyanagar. After they got married, Bagamati changed her name to Hyder Mahal, and it is how the city was named Hyderabad by Quli Qutub Shah. So the third answer is Quli Qutub Shah, the fifth Sultan of the Shahi dynasty, fell in love with Bagamati. He wanted to give something worthy to her lady love. So he built a new city. He named it after Bagamati. He named the city Bhagyanagar. After they got married, Bagamati changed her name to Hyder Mahal, and it is how the city was named Hyderabad by Quli Qutub Shah. So students, I think you have understood till here. If you have any doubts, you can message me and start writing your notes and complete them as soon as possible and send me the notes without fail. So we'll be completing the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.